So welcome everybody to CoDA Pause. I'm very excited to be here, a little nervous. I was having a little CoDA spiral this morning, and I was jokingly telling one of my roommates about how it was working in my mind, and she heard me, and I was like, I'm too extra. I'm not extra enough. Oh, it may not be good. Oh, it's good enough. So I know a lot of us here hear those same thoughts in their head. I don't know whose voice it is. All I know is that is part of my struggle with this disease. And so thank you for being here today with me in this space. For those of you that didn't see in the little blurb, because it's a lot to handle right now, this is an interactive presentation. And I encourage you to participate with us live in the interactive platform we're using, which is Menti. And so there's a QR code up here, and everybody has it on their notes page also if you want to join. And I'll tell you when we get to that part, okay? It's cool. I hope you want to do it, because then we get to see each other engaging, and it's really fun. Well, at least to me, whatever. My version of fun may not match yours, and that's okay, because we're all different and worthy as we are. Okay, next slide. Okay, so what I'm going to be asking during this presentation is for some volunteers to be reading, okay? Because even though I love hearing my own voice on the microphone, said nobody, I want this to be your workshop, not my workshop. So in order for that to happen, I need loving and wonderful volunteers. So first, even though we had that beautiful meditative prayer, we're going to take a moment to pause and breathe together. So get in a headspace that works for you. Close your eyes if you want. I like to wiggle my fingers when I'm trying to pause and breathe because I tend to clench them. So I'm going to take a moment to let you let go of your worries. Try not to think about those people that have been texting you this morning. Shake off any tension. Be with us here in this moment. Open your mind and your heart, because we're going to be hearing people today share their experience, strength, and hope with us. They're going to be vulnerable. They might get choked up. They might have some aha moments in their recovery, and we're just fortunate enough to be here to witness it together. Take a deep breath in. Hold it out. One more. Deep breath in. Hold out. All right, thank you. I saw Lizzie's hand go up. So will you be our first to read? The first one, I'm going to bring the mic to you so it's interactive and engaging. I'm sorry I said your name. Is that okay in the recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Lizzie. I'm codependent.
Hi, Lizzie.
Hello. Am I reading in this moment?
In this moment. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. In this moment, I accept where I am. I respect the journey that I am on. I do not compare the pace or rate of my growth to that of others. I'm on my own path. I'm exactly where I need to be. I avoid taking other people's inventory and instead look at myself. I focus on the lessons that I need to learn and remember that each person and situation can be my teacher if I allow them to be. I am open to growth.
Thank you. Can you click it off and we'll leave it on the end of your table and keep going, right? So yes, please be with us in this moment. So, as an introduction, I'm Amy, a grateful recovering codependent.
Hi, Amy.
Thank you. And you will notice that there's card suits around the room if you didn't when you came in. So we have spades in the front here and hearts. And in the back corner, we have clubs and diamonds. And in a few moments, we're going to stretch our legs, do a little mingling, do a little activity. Want to point those out. But let me tell you a little bit about myself associated to those categories. I was born in the US, I live in Texas, but I lived in 7 states and Australia. I've been a lot of places. Yeah, I'm single. I married my college sweetheart. That was a bad choice. We lived together for 20 plus years, and I've been divorced for over 9. Happily divorced. I'm an oldest child. Shout out to the oldest children in the room. Yeah! Woo! We got our own special brand of trauma that we take with us, right? Okay, I have 7 siblings. My mom's on her 4th marriage. Okay, so there was a lot of going up and down. You guys see my codependency stacking up here, right? Like where I'm getting it from. I'm an educator. I know you might be shocked by that based on the handouts, the presentation and all that, but just take it today. Let it flow through you, okay? Let it flow. I've been in CoDA for almost 2.5 years. I'm a lifelong therapy and counselor, attendee and all that, but CoDA is my first and only recovery program. And I'm really proud to be here today as part of that. And I'm a parent of 3 children, 21, 18, and 16. The 21-year-old was blowing up my phone this morning about the smoke detector going off and how they're all coming out in chaos, and I was just like, LOL. And they're like, it is not funny, Mom. And I'm like, at my retreat, I'm about to go in airplane mode, boom, boom. So anyways, it's great, and this is me, and I hope that we get to know you. Thank you. So here's the objectives, AKA teacher, right? Here's our hopes for today. All right, everybody? So I hope that this is impactful for all of you, no matter what your stage of recovery is. So if you're our youngest or our oldest, hopefully you take something from it. Because remember, it's what we make of it. So you can sit here and you can be like, this ain't for me, and that's cool. Or you can be like, where can I find something for me? Okay? I hope you explore at your comfort and pace. I know sometimes we come to these types of things and we feel like we're supposed to like cry all over and curl into a ball and weep. Like if that's not for you today, do what works for you. This is all about your personalization. I hope you participate. I like to joke that none of my stuff is a sit and get. Y'all know what I'm talking about when you never move and your booty's asleep. It is not a sit and get, okay? So you're going to be talking, you're going to be moving, you're going to be engaging. Hopefully you'll be reflecting and sharing, again, at your comfort. If you're not comfortable, just listen, okay? This will be a recovery toolbox refresher, hence my cute little toolboxes with their stickers, right? And then I hope that you gain takeaways, like new tools, new strategies that you can try. And then growth, enjoyment, and fun. Ta-da, right? Okay. So it's a lot of hopes I have, right? So, but the good news is I have a lot of experience as a teacher of those sometimes disappointed expectations. So whatever happens, happens. Like, it's going to be awesome. So here's an overview. If you didn't notice, there's a whole bunch of stuff on your table. So we have our notes. So let's see. It's very empty. Can I hold yours? Okay. So right here's your notes. Everybody should have a notes page. Use it if you want, fold it in an origami if you want, whatever. You just have it if you want it. So what are you looking? So I gave you a space for each letter that we're going through in the pause to write down something you heard that maybe you want to remember later. Okay, something that you feel or think yourself, and then maybe something you want to try. Because I know we get overwhelmed when we attend these retreats and workshops and stuff, and so maybe later in a quiet moment, you can pull it back out and be like, oh yeah, I said I wanted to try this. Okay, so that's like what you put there that you don't want to forget later. So that's the first one. Then we have a reflection worksheet. There's not a lot of room to write on it because this is intentional, because I have under 2 hours, so it's going to be a quick reflection. And I actually chose to make the questions bigger and the reflection box small. However, on the Google site, you have a deep dive that I made, and it's one letter per page where you can really dive into these questions. Several people have told me, oh, these are like tough. These are deep. I'm like, I know. So it's your homework, okay? If you want to have that homework. If you don't, recycle it. Okay, tools for recovery is on the back of that reflection page. You have bookmarks at your table. There should be enough for one for everyone. Front side, the pause to remind you backside affirmations that I think associate with every letter. I tried, whatever. And then in the way back corner, I know some of you have gotten them already, a ton, like almost 150 coloring pages that I did about the CoDA pause. And again, all of these are online on my Google site, the PDF, so you can print the coloring sheets later if you want. I love the color. It's one of my recovery coping tools, and also getting in touch with my inner child, my inner teen, my current Amy, right? Coloring just feels good. So that's all for you. Then the last thing was actually in your bag. If you didn't bring it, it's fine, because I brought mine. So you probably were like, what's this page? Well, that goes with today. If you want to reflect on it, your future hopes, then you can mail it to yourself and then feel good. If you hit some of them, be reminded if you didn't, right? So it's just another tool for you if you want to use it in your letter to self. These letter to self things evolved because I have a confession. I hate journaling. Like, seriously. Writing a letter to myself, what? No. But I can do a worksheet like a good student. So I do my worksheets and mail them to myself, and I got mine in the mail, and I was like, ooh, Amy, you're good. Yes, yes. I was like reflecting on it and feeling it. So hopefully you can use this for your own reflection and growth, and if not, pass it to a friend at home, right? Like at your home group. Okay, we good so far? Okay, good. That's like the intro stuff. I tried to speed run it. So now here becomes the engagement. Here's the engaging part. So if you want to participate with me, on the back of your pause worksheet, you actually have the little QR code, and it says join live on the right side. You can scan it and just leave it open and like refresh it. You don't have to scan it every time because we're going to do lots of these. So we're going to practice being interactive right now. So in front of you on your little phone, if you have it, if you don't sweat it. You're just going to watch everyone else pop up. You're going to be able to drop your little pin and tell us where you're from. Is it working? Is anyone in? Because I made it live about 15 minutes ago because I had to close it so it didn't like start going. So you're going to drop where you are. I know we got someone, you don't have your device to drop from Oregon. We got someone, where are you at? Point to me on the map. Where are we going to be? Can you show us? We have someone that traveled very far away. Oh, look, oh, all right. Yeah, I feel so like excited that you came this far. We met you in Canada and we connected, and now he's here with us in Texas, and it's just a beautiful full circle. So look, oh, we got 5 people. I know I should have made it bigger for Texas, but I didn't want to exclude. I knew we had someone coming from far away, so I kept it big so you could show us. So look at us, woo! We got some love going down here. It's awesome. You can throw a comment in. See, Dora, thank you. So if you comment, it'll pop up. You should see it on your screens. If you want to thumbs down me, fine, I'll cry later, like whatever. I wanted to remove it, and my kid was like, Mom, that's not inclusive or fair. Some people might not like it. And I was like, fine.
Yeah, that's a lot of San Antonio.
We do have a lot of San Antonio. Look at you all. It's okay if you thumbs down me. I'll be smiling when I see it. I'll be like, take it, right? Whatever. So this is the fun way for us to engage with each other. So look how, whoa, what's this? Is that our El Paso people? No wonder why it took 10 hours to get here. Ooh, that hurts. Okay, so this is just fun. And when I click to the next slide, it closes this. So as I tell like my kiddos, I'm a high school teacher, get it in early. Because I'm about to move on, right? So we're good. Look at us, though, representing. Ooh, who's that? That's far away. It looks like it. I don't know. Okay. Ooh, look up here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Whoop. That's exciting. New York City. Okay. All right, I'm going to click. We got another one. Here we go. Now, how long have you been in CoDA? Tell us. Let's flare it up. I know we got some 15 plus people. Let's see who we're going to be hearing from today, who was in our fellowship here, right? Oh, look at that. Welcome to our 0 to 6 monthers. This is, my first retreat was transformative. And I came June, like 2-3 months into recovery, and it was so good. 1 year, yes, look at this, that's the 2023s. You all were a big crowd. Someone said it's because pandemic ended, and then we started socializing with people, and then we realized, ouch, that's hard. I better work on myself, right? So we got our 2023s. Shout out to our old timers. Look at that 15 plus. Woo! That is amazing. So look at all these beautiful people here with us together. And that's not even everyone participating, which is fine, because we're not, our feelings aren't hurt by that, like, because this is optional, but it's fun to see. It helps us to connect.
We're old.
You are seasoned. You're aged like a fine something or another, right? Okay, let's move on. So here we go. Now it's time to bring it down for a little seriousness. So this is meant to be 1 or 2 words because it's going to blow up and show us what we have in common. So before CoDA, I felt what? This is where my tears start like trying to escape, right? Because this is alone, confused, desperate, afraid, different versions of depressed or anxious. But thankfully we have CoDA, right? And we have these new connections, these tools to work with, so we can hopefully get on the other side and experience that new freedom that is hinted at in the promises that kept me coming back, right? Okay. If you haven't had a chance to answer, my apologies. Let's move on. Okay. So, step 1, we admitted we were powerless over others, that our lives had become unmanageable. So what is this CoDA pause? This is a result of me masking with humor. Anyone with me on that? So I started going to CoDA, and I had no idea what boundaries were. I didn't know how to say no. And I was, as my ex-husband fondly called, a bulldozer. I would just run my head through everything, right, with no thoughts. So then I decided, like a couple weeks into myself, in my head, because I'm my own best friend, or my worst enemy, right? I'm like, I need to take a CoDA pause. I need to take a CoDA pause. I kept telling myself, gotta take a CoDA pause. And then I started saying it out loud. I'm gonna take a CoDA pause. You know, that humor. I'm like, gotta CoDA pause to my friends, my kids, CoDA pause. They're like, shut up, Mom, right? Like, so then it started becoming serious. Like I needed it, that pause, right? And I started to see the value in it. I started to see the benefits that came from that pausing. And I retired my bulldozer. It comes out on occasion, right? But for the most part, I realized that this pausing, there's something in it. And so then I started researching like different pause acronyms. And you know, there's the one from AA and several other programs. But all of those, like serenity, postpone action until serenity emerges, I don't do serenity well. I don't sit still. I have a hard time pausing. I needed action steps. I'm hoping that some of you know what I mean. Like, okay, I could pause for so long. Like I've been really working on meditating or mediating since I can't spell it right? But I struggle with that sitting still. So then my version, if you will, mine, it's not mine, I'm gifting it to everybody, evolved of the pause. And it's meant to be intentional. But the word pause is it's a temporary stop in action or speech. That's what I was not doing. I was not stopping. I was proud to be a doer. Now I know that's a coping skill. I was proud to go. Again, a coping skill. So now I'm taking that moment to stop. And notice it's temporary. It's not forever, right? because that deeply rooted compulsive behavior, like I keep coming back to them, and I can't stop them if I don't start thinking about them. And I think about them when I'm in that pause, right? So we're encouraged in CoDA to apply our 12 steps, apply our founding principles and stuff. But when we are in our CoDA flare-up, our CoDA crazies, is that easy? No. It's like, everything's going, right? Everything's going, everything's going. And so the pause, and I did the hand on purpose because I always carry my hand with me, right? Like, sometimes you'll see me like tapping, and that means I'm taking a moment to pause and think it out, right? And so I have that reminder to be intentional, to take an inventory, to think about things I can add, to take a pause. I should have got my little clicker up here, but I left it over there. So what does it stand for? P, being present. A, acceptance. U, understanding. S, self-check. E, enter or exit. Because remember, it's temporary. So we can't pause forever. We got to make a decision in that pause, right? Good so far? I'm not saying more because we're going to break them down together, okay? This is a little teaser. Pause. Because you got your hand with you, right? So we're ready to go. Okay, so we're going to do a little activity, and we're going to stretch out and let go of that breakfast we got. So we're going to go to a corner. I got to open this on my fancy thing so I can go. It has like oohs and ahs moments that we're going to click through it together. Okay, so if you've ever done a four corners activity like this, you know what we're about to do. There's going to be statements. There's going to be four options. You're going to go to the one that best matches you. Sometimes there's no exact match, so just mosey to a corner that feels good. Or you're like, hey, bestie, and you go over there, right? Okay, like no judging. But I do want you to hopefully separate from your people, okay? So, four corners. So that means you got to leave your table, put your camera up, come on. Put your phones down. Okay, here we go. First statement. Birth order. So this is you. Are you an only child? If so, go to the spades, find another only child. If you're the youngest, go to the hearts. If you're middle, and that's like everything in the middle, right? You're going to the club. Dance it out in the clubs, right? Dance it out. And if you're the oldest, go to the diamonds. So get up, stretch it out, move your body. Oh, I see you all bonding already. Turn to a new person or two and talk about it. What was it like being the only child? What was it like being the oldest? What was it like being in the middle? Talk, talk, talk. I'm surprised there's more than one. Almost every time. Okay, let's wrap it up. Thank the person that you spoke with, or persons. We're going to move on in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Romantic status. So, single, you're spades, single spades, married, hearts. LTR, for those of you that don't know the slang, it's long-term relationship. You're a club. And then diamonds are, it's complicated. Move your bodies. Go, 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 go. You're LTR, right? Because you're engaged. Find a new person to talk to when you get there. Find a new person. Years in CoDA. Years in CoDA. Honestly, I should have made this a different spread because 0 to 2 is going to be like half the room. But spades, up in this front corner, 0 to 2 years. Hearts, 3 to 5. Clubs, 6 to 9. And 10 plus are the diamonds in the rough. You are our diamonds. Turn and talk to a new person. Find a new person. All right, this is you as a parent. You as a parent. How many children do you have? None are the spades. 1 hearts. 2 to 3 clubs, because it's got 3. See, that's why you go there, 2 to 3. 4 or more children, diamonds. 4 or more.
Do pets count? Do pets count?
I respect pet parents, but this is human children right now we are going to talk about. Human children. Human. Humans. Where did you travel from to get here? I tried to get a good category. North Texas, stay there, stay there. North Texas, spades. South Texas, hearts. East or West Texas, your clubs. So East or West Texas clubs. And then other diamonds. I'm hoping there'll be some others with you. Other diamonds. So do you need me to repeat, or can you see the categories up front? South. Houston, where should you go? South? Houston says south. Houston, south. Norm, I think you're over here in the hearts.
Houston's over here.
Really, Houston needs its own category, right?
Last one, and then you can sit down. What is your job? And I guess retirees, your other, right? Or you could go to the job you had if you want. Because remember, we go with best match. Best match. So we have customer service, that's spades, health/education, hearts, corporate America, clubs, or other, go to diamonds. If you're retired, you can choose other or your previous profession. 3, 2, 1. Thank your partners or your people, and please return to your seats. All right, thank you for participating. Let's transition back. Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
I accept.
All right, we have another engaging interactive slide. Hey, engaging, that's perfection. I didn't even see it there. So if you already have your presentation open, you can just reload it and it will catch you up with the slide I'm on. Like, you don't have to rescan it every time, just reload it. And then, so the first thing is present. So I think present is ... Blow it up. I love to see the words. React, comment, do whatever floats your boat. And we're gonna need our next volunteer to read in this moment. Thank you. I'm gonna bring the mic your way. All right, so I think present is, I love grounded, thinking, listening. Are there some words up here that are gonna make me laugh? Do I need to dig deeper? Because sometimes when I do this with students, you should see what they hide in it. They put some really weird word. They try to get me and I'm like, And I go to say it. So present is self-awareness. Ooh, I love the light is coming. That's beautiful. Holding space, mindfulness. Wonderful, yeah. Thank you for being here with me right now and being present. It is wonderful. Okay, anyone need another second? Okay, so when we're done, I'm going to screenshot these results and embed them in the presentation on the Google site, so we'll be able to see what everyone said. Thank you for all that love.
In this moment, I live in the moment. Only memories remain. No matter what my past contains, it's gone. I cannot change the past, what I did, or what happened to me. My past is part of me, and I can learn from it and focus on the present. Each day is a new chapter. It's up to me to fill it. With my higher power's guidance, I choose to let go of the pain and hurt of the past. I embrace my future, trusting it to the care of God. I honor myself in the present.
Okay, so present. I like dictionary definitions. When I do my step studies and my readings and stuff, I go to the dictionary a lot. I turn it on. Okay, so present means existing or occurring now. So we're in the present, right? Fully focused on or involved in what one is doing or experiencing. I'm gonna go back to full screen. There we go. So I really liked both of those because sometimes when I'm having that CoDA moment, I am not in my current self. Has anyone else ever experienced that? Like I often like to look at my children and like magically the face of my ex-husband appears there. And it's like, oh, but I'm so caught up in it, I don't know right then. I remember one time with my 18-year-old, he was having words with me. They weren't mean, but we were just, and I was like, and I was having words back, and we were just in it, and I said, I just need a few moments, can I come back? And I went in my room, and I was like, dang, I was just treating him like his dad. Because what he was doing, what he was saying, was reminding me of that moment. It literally zapped me back into that. And so I wasn't talking to my child, I was reliving something else. So I recognized that for myself, had a little moment, and I went out and I said, hey, like, I'm sorry, like that just took me back and it didn't feel good. And then I wasn't treating you nice. And he was like, I get it, Mom. And so we started again and we had the conversation. It was totally different. And I think also he realized I'm human, and sometimes when he acts like a jerk, it reminds me of times that I have chose to leave, like, and move on from, right? And so it's hard. So remember, this is just a quick reflection. So you have that little sheet with the small space, okay? There with lots of words. It's on the back side of your toolbox for later-ish. But what I want to do is give you a minute to write about any of these 4 questions. And then we're going to share at our table for a minute or two. This is going to be skimmed even more than I had planned because we really enjoyed 4 Corners. We got started a little late, and so this is where I have to cut time. So just pick a question, write or think for a minute, and then we'll share out. So you're thinking about the word present. Okay, talk to your table if you want. Someone volunteer to share out, maybe tell them which one you wrote about, what you want to share. So it's going to be loud. It's okay. We're going to have, 8 different conversations going. So just look at your table partners and share a little. As a gentle reminder, on your notes page, you have I heard, ... So if you heard something from someone that you want to remember and take with you, that's where you would jot that down, right? Or maybe someone shared a strategy that you were like, oh, gotta try, put that in your try column, right? So can I get one volunteer that's willing to share out what they shared with their group, or even pivot on something else, and with love, a minute or less, okay? So who wants to share out? Thank you. And I made sure it's on. I really apologize. It was not last time.
My name is Gloria and I'm a codependent.
Hi, Gloria.
When I can't be in the moment, I'm filled with extreme anxiety of what do I have to do, and if I have nothing to do, did I forget something? I know I forgot something and it's important. And if I didn't do it, God, I'm so dumb. Or it's a constant fear of things are okay, so that means something has to be wrong. Why can't I relax? And that's even an anxiety thing, like just relax. Why can't I relax? It's just a spiral. I also wrote, it's just hypervigilance. I focus on everything on anyone other than myself. And so I can't, no, I have a hard time being present. Like, I have to have a plan B for everything in my life. I have a plan B for if I'm going to get divorced and things are fine in my life. But I have to have a safety net. You know what I mean? So that's why it's hard for me to be in the present.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you. So that's why being present is the first part of your pause. And it might be hard for some of you, but it's really important because you don't want to pause and like work through whatever's causing you to pause, not in your present self. You don't want to be your past teen self or your past married self trying to work it, because it's not going to be authentic to you right now. It's not going to be authentic to your recovery, right? So pause. Remember my weird tappy thing, right? Okay, we're going back to the interactive. Acceptance. Let us know what you think it is. So I think acceptance is, we put so many good things, it's cutting off. That's amazing. So being okay with what is, letting go, loved, admitting, submission, compassion for yourself. These are all so good. Being at peace, okay? So we have a lot of thoughts on what acceptance is. And there's no right or wrong answer to any of these. Because when you pause, when you work your recovery, when you do your steps, it's always about you, right? We don't compare. We don't have expectations of where anything's going. We just focus on us. So in this moment, thank you.
Rachel, I'm codependent. In this moment, I accept my codependence. When I first came to CoDA and heard the line in the welcome about codependence being a most deeply rooted compulsive behavior, I thought, not for me. While I could easily admit to some relationship issues, believing that codependence was a compulsion made me sound so, well, powerless. Today, I understand that admitting powerless needn't be admitting defeat. Instead, it's a step towards self-acceptance and self-awareness. Now, when I'm at a meeting and I hear about this deeply rooted compulsive behavior, I apply it to myself without shame. I am a codependent, gratefully recovering one day at a time.
Thank you. So acceptance, the action of consenting to receive or undertake. Perfect. Is it on? It's on. It's on. Okay. We don't need two of me, that's for sure. The action of consenting to receive or undertaking something offered. So CoDA is offering you something, tools, resources, right? Possibly understanding and acceptance of yourself in the way you act. The action of being or process of being received as adequate or suitable, typically being admitted in a group. What's one of the greatest parts about any 12-step recovery group? The fellowship, the community, the hearing of the experience, strength, and hope from more than one person. I know that acceptance, it's a hard part for a lot of us. Many of us probably thought about, considered going to a meeting for a long time before we actually went to a meeting, right? We are in such denial that it's a whole behavioral pattern. Yeah, every time that one's read, I'm like, yep, still, what, yep, right? So it's really, really important when you're in that pause that you're like, oh yeah, I accept I'm codependent. I accept I struggle with these things. I accept that it's okay, right? I'm not judging myself. I'm just taking that moment to sit in it. Sometimes it does not feel good to sit in it, right? But growth comes in the most awkward and uncomfortable times. So we're going to do that quick write again, the quick reflection, this time about acceptance. So remember, just quickly browse the 4 questions and then pick one, write something quick for a minute, and then we'll share out again. Anyone willing to share out? I'm walking to this half because y'all have been quiet and not volunteering. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Raul. I'm codependent.
Hey, Roland.
So for what helps or has helped you reach acceptance, I had a long list. Journaling, working the steps, prayer, and self-parenting. What feelings kept you in denial and avoidance? I said fear, anger, and frustration. What barriers stop you from accepting all that you need to? Fear, lack of faith. And I wrote something else and I can't read it. How can acceptance help you further your recovery? I said it keeps me humble.
Thank you for sharing. We probably got time if anyone else feels so motivated. I saw some good conversations happening, just so you know. I see you all. All right. I see a hand. I can't move fast enough. You guys know we're about to go back to an interactive moment. So if you need to reload your phone, we're about to be there. Here we go.
I'm Rachel, codependent.
Hey, Rachel.
What helps or has helped you reach acceptance? For me, when I can get to that point, it's not caring what anyone else thinks. What feelings kept me in denial? People pleasing, what ifs, feeling insecure, and then what barriers stop me from accepting all that I need to? It's fear, and also my first thoughts instead of, if I make a mistake, my first thoughts instead of I can learn and grow through this are I'm incapable, I'm incompetent. Those are the thoughts that come first. So, and how can acceptance help me further my recovery? It helps me grow when I can accept where I am and just be able to acknowledge that I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
Thank you. You guys are, for a quick couple minutes, you're digging. I love it. Okay, so, yep, you can throw some reactions up there. That was good. Those people for volunteering, thumbs up them, hearts them, whatever them, right? Yes, yes. How do we make them different colors? Is that an option? And then it changes colors? Spam it. I want to see the rainbow. Yes! It's so happy. I love it. Hold on. I just need to have a moment with my inner child and inner teen that's enjoying this, right? Okay, yes! Make it rain! Okay. Oh, fire! Yes! Emoji comments are my jam. Emoji comments are my jam. All right. Question, what are we questioning? Our existence. Yes, we are. Okay. All right, so here we go. Understanding is ... Hit me with your thoughts. Understanding is 1 or 2 words, short statements. We see how it works now. So understanding, we have empathy, awareness, acceptance. That's the last one. I'm just kidding. Compassion. Somehow getting deep. It moves so fast I lose it. Diving beneath the layers. Okay, onion, what's up? Okay, yes, we're layered. We're complicated like Shrek. You know what sometimes what makes me laugh about the onion metaphor? I always cry when I'm cutting onions. I'm like, dang it. Yes. It's like a layered cake, you prefer that? Ooh, like parfait, because that's sweet. I don't know, it feels oniony when I'm doing the work. Right, okay. All right. Thank you all. Ooh, I love the heart, yes. Okay. Oops, I got too excited. I clicked. Okay, thank you for in this moment.
In this moment, I am finally learning. For years, I thought I intuitively understood what another person was thinking or feeling, and that I was right to assume that how I interpreted their actions and words was exactly what they intended to convey. What I learned from the experience is that I never know what is going on in another person's life or mind at any given time. When I feel someone is responding or reacting inappropriately, I need to allow them to be who they are at that moment. Not everything is about me. Life has its ups and downs, and emotions are triggered by those ebbs and flows. I'm finally learning that I'm not in control. That's okay. God is.
Thank you. Understanding, sympathetic awareness or tolerance. So to me, this one, it's not about us. Yeah, we can understand ourselves, but I feel that comes in acceptance, because we're accepting our codependency, we're accepting our behaviors, we're accepting our part. The understanding comes with the other people. This is hard sometimes, because myself, I spent my whole life trying to control situations, trying to think I knew what everyone was feeling, and if I didn't know, I was absorbing what they were doing or feeling. And it often, it was making it all about me when it didn't matter. Like in this equation of life, it's usually 1% us and 99% the other person. They didn't eat, they didn't sleep, something happened, they got in an accident on the way to work and you didn't even know it, and then they show up and you're having a bad engagement, right? Like we don't know. It's going, ooh, hey, battery low. When we are understanding we are sympathetic or having awareness or tolerance of other people, yep, it just died. It's okay though. Right, your quick reflection, because that's next, right? So we are on you, understanding. We have our 4 questions. All right, turn and share, please. Talk amongst yourselves. Understanding. This is beautiful. Would anyone like to share out their personal experience, strength, and hope with understanding? Anybody want to share? Oh, I was hoping you would, but I didn't want to volunteer you or voluntold you. Okay, thank you.
All right, I'm Ken, and I'm an alcoholic, and
Hi,
this
Ken.
is my thoughts about the understanding. Question number 1 is that I understand that people have different childhoods, and they have different life experiences, and their map of reality that they're using to navigate life with is different than mine. It's not right or wrong, it's just different. Right? So I don't take things personally. I'm usually curious about what their experience was. Let's see. What feelings keep me in denial or avoidance is if I start to get prideful, discomfort, if I'm feeling discomfort, uncomfortable, painful, ashamed about something, and I use activity or thinking to avoid. Barriers that keep me from accepting all I need to is if I get prideful, my ego gets in the way, I need to be right, or I'm angry, I need to punish. To get what I want. How can acceptance help me to further my recovery? Is I really need, I need to realize it's not personal. It's coming from them. If I've done my inventory thoroughly and correctly, then I know my shortcomings. And if somebody points it out to me, I can agree. Yes, I sometimes do that, and without being angry at them or hurt or offended or anything or defensive. Now, if they say something about me that's I know to be incorrect, I can say, oh, okay, well, thanks for the feedback, and not be offended, and I realize they simply don't know who I am. So that lubricates my interactions with other people quite a bit. Thank you.
Thank you. So that I heard part, I heard that everyone has a different life map. So if we're all driving through life on a different map, we may not even be on the same journey, because we're not. It's our journey, right? And I heard not to personalize it. I'm guilty of that. Anyone else guilty of that? Yeah. Okay. Self-check. We're moving on. I think self-check is, I'm going to close this down in about 30 seconds. So if you want to answer, please answer quickly. Self-check is awareness, reflection, love. I see reflection again, being authentic, being honest with yourself. I don't know about you, but before CoDA, I always put myself last. Like so at the bottom that I might as well shrivel up. Like I wasn't getting any sunshine, any rain, anything for my own self to grow or even exist sometimes, right? So self-check is a critical part. Now in the pause, we haven't said how long a pause should be, because it's different every time. It's different for every person. You might speed run a pause and be like, yep, I'm present. Yep, I got this. I am codependent. I'm good. I'm good. Yep, not about me. It's about them. I feel good right now. I have my boundaries. I'm ready. It could be that quick, or it could be weeks or months, okay? Don't procrastinate that long, but you know what I mean. Like, so every situation is different. So I love the fire, sideways too. That wind is blowing. Go for it, volunteer.
Hi, I'm Serenity. I'm codependent.
Hi, Serenity.
In this moment, I focus on me. My focus used to be on others. I was a talented people pleaser. I thought I knew what everyone else wanted, needed, and felt. Now, in CoDA, I am looking at myself, my behaviors, my feelings, my issues. I am learning to love and take care of myself. I no longer do the same things over and over and expect different results. CoDA has shown me a path out of insanity. The fifth promise has come true. I feel genuinely lovable, loving, and loved.
Yes, you are. That's right. So self-check, this definition has two parts. So the first part's yourself, you. So it's your person's essential being that distinguishes them from others. Should we repeat that? Okay. Distinguishes them, that's you, boo, from others. Okay? So I spent a lot of time attaching my worth to all those other people. And honestly, they were dragging me down, right? So that detachment is good. That distinguish difference is good. And then the check part is to find out the truth about. So check yourself. What do you need? What are you lacking, right? Because we have to make sure we are taking care of ourselves. Think about the crazy flight attendant in the plane when they're going through the things and they're like, put your mask on first, right? If I'm starved of oxygen and passing out, I can't take care of others. So we got to check ourselves, right? You want to speak?
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Ooh. Karaoke tonight? Are we checking and wrecking? Okay, good. We should. We should be checking and wrecking. All right, minute or two, quick reflection. Okay, for the sake of time, let's turn and talk. I know some of you even worked ahead. You're such good overachieving students. I saw your notes. Anyone want to share out? I'm trying not to have that teacher glare. Ooh, thank you. I know, yay, I feel that same way, right? Okay, we have someone that's going to share out about self-check.
Hi, I'm Nina. I'm codependent.
Hi, Nina.
Who has taken priority over myself in the past? I wrote everyone, my parents, my friends, my kids, my husband, my job, everybody. What feelings do you experience when you put yourself first? Before I would experience guilt, shame, selfishness, but now, after CoDA, I experience peace. I feel like it's healthy, and I feel like it's self-love. I feel like I take care of myself. Describe the importance of boundaries during a self-check. My boundaries is to be kind to myself. I tend to be the kind of person that I kick my own ass the hardest. So one of my boundaries with myself during a self-check is be kind to myself. Know that my higher power loves me unconditionally, and that every minute I have a chance to do better because I know better now. What are ways I can put myself first, or at least equal? I wrote make time for my self-care, and one of the things that was shared to me at the table that I heard that resonated is remembering that my needs are also important and that I can focus on myself and it's okay.
That was beautiful. Thank you. Yes. Ooh. That whole everyone, that hit for me, right? So, and we are all learning through this process and our affirmations and our promises that we're worth putting ourselves first, right? We're worth loving ourselves. We're worth healthy and equal relationships. And that dialogue from that not being present loops back, right? It's trying to tell us old stories. That's why the first step, get present. I am in recovery. I know new things, right? Getting present so that we can have that positive self-check. Okay, so last thing, we're going to enter or exit. So we've paused, we've gotten present, we've had our acceptance with ourself moment, our understanding of other moments, we've checked ourselves and wrecked ourselves. Now we have to decide, are we entering back in with whomever or whatever we were pausing from, or are we exiting? So what does this mean to you? What does it mean to enter or exit? I love that, detach. I've been learning that from a recovery friend, that detaching is a good thing. Because my old narrative was that detaching was bad, right? Boundaries, acceptance, moving forward, making a decision. Yep. Changing. Because when we re-enter, are we going to be the same? No, because we needed to pause for a reason. We have to remind ourselves of that when we are pausing. We are pausing for a reason. Okay, I'm about to click next. So if you're one of the ones still going, 3, 2, 1. Oh, love those hearts. Thank you. Make it rainbow. Rain rainbows, rain rainbows. Maybe. Oh, I see orange. Yes, green. Purple, pink. Yes. It's like Skittles coming at me in the form of hearts, right? Okay, taste the rainbow. All right. Oh, I didn't get our microphone to, did I get it to our last person? I was like sleeping on the job. Who wants to be the very last in this moment? Thank you.
I'm Cindy.
Hi, Cindy.
In this moment, I do the footwork. When I first came to CoDA and heard about acceptance and letting go, I thought, I've been doing that my whole life. I had been accepting my family situation and letting go of voicing my needs over and over. This program had nothing new for me. In a meeting, I heard someone say that in CoDA we do the footwork and let go of the results. I then realized that instead of letting go, I had taken on that victim role. Instead of accepting the situation, I had endured it. Exactly what I had learned from my family of origin. Now I rely on my higher power for wisdom to know when to take action and when to let go.
Thank you. I created this, and even when these are being read, I'm like, oh, that's good, right? Like, I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be, I'm just like, yes, yeah, I needed that again, right? I needed that reminder. So we do the footwork, and we have to sometimes let go of the expectations, or we do the footwork and we re-enter with a different attitude. So we become a member or actively participate again. We don't have to be the same. We don't have to come at things the same. People aren't going to like that all the time. Fact, my 3 wonderful, beautiful, loving, sometimes jerky children informed me that maybe CoDA wasn't for me. You're pretty angry, Mom. And I'm like, yeah, I'm angry because I'm stirring up some, right? Like, and it's coming out in the form of anger. My first year was the angry year. Like, I'd like to think, looking at me now, you'd be like, what? You were angry all the time? Yeah, I was. It did not feel good, but it's okay because I was able to process it, and now I can come at things differently, and my kids see the value in it now. And I'm like, oh yeah, what was that? Is not good for you? Like, you're benefiting now, but it hurt for a bit, right? And that's why sometimes we say people may not like it when we start working on ourselves, when we go to recovery. And that's okay, because who's it about? This person. Point to yourself, everybody, get that finger, get that hand, me. It's about me, right? So we might exit, the act of going out or away. Is it okay to exit situations? Yes. Is it okay to exit friendships? Yes. Yes, queen, kings, royalty, yes. You are worth it. And our old dialogue is that, no, I gotta keep toughing it out. I was in America, I literally was just talking the other day about this, like, I know I should have divorced about 10 years before I did. I was gonna make it work. I was gonna fix it. I was gonna go to enough counseling for me and him. I was so counseled, I could sing it like from the rooftops. I'd come home and be like, ooh, what'd you learn today? I realized it was like being manipulated and used against me because I was doing all of the work and I was exhausted. Like, I'm so happy now. You know, like sometimes people are like, oh, like sad, they're trying to look for another relationship, fill that hole. I'm like, yes, I got me, right? And that's okay. And maybe someday I'll have someone else. I'm not worried about it because this feels good. And I know that I'm taking care of me and I'm not bending to fit into all these places that aren't for me, right? So, because, by the way, I'm just not flexible. And I was trying to be. It was hurting. Like, I cannot bend that way. This little clicker, I stopped carrying it because I clicked away when you were reading. I'm sorry. Okay, last quick reflection. Last one. Click, click, quick. Because I'm running out of time. I know. I've been watching my clock like a hawk. I knew you'd be proud of me, right? I've been watching it. I am pacing this. All right, so we're not even going to share out this one. So just take a quick moment to write, and then we're going to move on. Or if you worked ahead, you can talk. I hear talking already. You can share it later. I encourage you to talk over lunch, dinner, just awkwardly start ripping Band-Aids off and be like, oh, this is what I wrote about, right? Like, go for it. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. In a minute, we're just gonna take a quick break. If you need to go to the bathrooms, they're in the back. There's coffee, apparently. I didn't even see it there. Grab a coloring sheet for later. And when we come back, you're going to divide yourself back to your four corners. So where are you going? Did anyone figure it out yet? How do you know where you're going? How did you figure it out?
Well, you look on the back of your work page, you got your categories up there. Your guide.
Yes, on the back of your notes page, you've been sorted. You've been sorted. Okay, look at all these teacher tricks I got for you, right? Hopefully it separates you from the people you came with. Oh, if you got more than one, pick the one you want to go to. Okay, so you're gonna move. And then here's what's going to happen, because we are really short on time. I have these scenarios for you if you want to go to these categories, but also I am happy if you ignore them. And when you go to your groups, you talk about something on your mind, something in your life, right? Something that's actually happening. So there is also a subsort, but I'm sure that you guys can figure out your own groups. But if you grabbed a bookmark, it has colors on it. So let's say this is me. We look just alike, right? So I am a club, and I am the purpley orange. So I'm gonna go to the clubs. And then I'm gonna look around and be like, who else was purple and orange? And then we're gonna sort so that we go into small groups. Or figure it out on your own and get a small group, okay? Because it's really awkward to talk about scenarios with like 15 people, right? So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a quick 3-minute break. If you need to go to the bathroom, go. I'm gonna play this cute little video about pausing. So go to your corner, break into a small group, 3, 4 people, something like that. And then you can use, there's directions on the wall, you can scan and use my scenarios provided, or once again, I would just say, hey, anyone got something going on you want to talk about? And here's what you're going to talk about. I've got X, Y, and Z happening. How can I add a pause? What does a pause look like? So if I'm frustrated with my 21-year-old and we're butting heads, I'm going to pause, and I'm going to be present in my life now. Not I did this at 21, right? I'm going to be my adult, grown parenting self when I come to it. Then I'm going to accept my codependency and the fact that in the past I controlled them so much that now they sometimes struggle with their own answers. Snap, I see that face in me, okay? Then I'm gonna understand them, I'm gonna check myself, and then I'm gonna enter or exit. So divide into groups and discuss how to add a pause. Thank you. One more minute, because I'm trying to end on time and respect your lunch time. So one more minute and we'll conclude. Final thoughts to close it up? All right, let's wrap up our final thoughts and return to our seats. I gifted you with the present of some stickers, some CoDA Pause stickers. So let's return for our last few final slides. If you're still with the engaging part, we have a question up front. What action of the CoDA Pause might be the most challenging for you to include? I struggle with understanding sometimes. So let's return. You have on your tables, these are stickers. I went a little crazy and had some custom hands made to remind you about your pause. There should be hopefully enough for 2 per person. If not, I can come throw a few more on your table. So your CoDA Pause. Remember to take a moment and breathe. So what are we struggling with? Acceptance. Okay. I heard some really good conversations happening, and I encourage you to continue them over lunch, other time, like later today, because this session was not meant to be a one and done where you never talk about it again. I'm hopeful that I gave you something you can take forward with you into your life. So if you didn't answer, you lost your chance. We're moving on. Okay, so we have to close on a positive note, because remember I was almost crying in the before CoDA. So now we have CoDA. Thanks to CoDA, I feel what? If you are not in this, scan it again. Let me put the code up. Get back in it. It's on the back of your notes paper, remember? The live. Thanks, yeah, on the back of the notes page, there's the QR code with the join live, because I want to see everyone's feelings here. Thanks to CoDA, I feel what? Okay, so what are we feeling? We're feeling a ginormous heart that's stuck in the middle. I love that, because I feel that too. Empowered, yes. Hopeful, understood, peace, community. We had a lot of that today. I know that I was forcing you to get up and talk to other people, but I hope you enjoyed it. And you met some people to build on your community. Feel validated. Ooh, where'd that? Don't move on me. Look at that. Accepted. Validated again. It's just, it feels, I feel full, like hopeful. That's a good one for it. Okay, so I just want to thank you. This is important to me. If you would like to give feedback, you can. There's a little bit.ly link. It's literally 4 questions, I think. If not, great. We didn't talk about it, but on the back, can I borrow your paper and hold it up? On the back of your paper, there's the CoDA Pause materials. This is a full CoDA site that has everything I shared with you today, plus the presentations. Part of my 12th step is feel free to take it back to your home group, share with them, talk about it. I want to spread the active use of a pause, not the serenity one. You know, I needed action, remember, because I'm a doer. I just want to share this with as many people as possible, and so I created that site to pass it on. And you didn't have a choice this morning, but I still appreciate you choosing to wake up and come to this session, and also your vulnerability in your conversations. I heard so much happening and it just makes me so happy. And let's see, this is just the bit.ly for feedback and just the step 12. Thank you again, appreciate it.